Do we see gold at 3,000 euro, the $3,000 very soon? Goldman Sachs is investing millions in crypto, and are American households getting into bankruptcy? I will let you know soon, so stay tuned. Hello and welcome to this week's Catching Secrets Investing Update, weekly catching up. I'm Bernie, and I'll give you a short update on what's going on in the financial world, in the crypto space, and you will learn to know what's up. So first of all, we're starting with the airline industry. The airline industry says next year is the first year after the pandemic where they will make profits again. So they will be profitable again after some serious years, and they expect that more people are traveling than this year. At the same time, roughly 20% of the revenue is made by cargo. So cargo has turned out to be the lifeline during the pandemic for the airline industry. And if you compare that, I mean, they expect to make $4.7 billion in profits next year at a revenue of $779 billion. So in my opinion, that's just a tiny amount. And even though if they are profitable, we are facing recession. We are people facing high energy costs, and which leads me to the next topic, which is 20 million households in the US. They have each household has $788 of they owe their utility bill on their utility bills. So, for example, the energy companies that are providing them the power, electricity, and their heating, they owe those utility companies, those energy companies, $788. And this is for 20 million American households. So it on average. So this is something that makes me a bit worried. And as we are facing higher inflation, higher recession, at the same time, so what else is in the airline industry? Airbus is dropping their forecast. So they dropped their delivery forecast for 2022. And that tells me that they are a bit unsure, and I'm unsure as well. I think that the airline industry tries to spread optimism, which is good. So optimism is very good. I would say optimism is one of the key things that could bring us through the recession, because if we're confident, if we're just if we're watching into the future with an optimistic view, then we will master the future, and the recession which will be much lower. So it's always a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more people expect that everything is getting worse and worse, the more it will get worse and worse. So the more people expect that it's getting not that worse, then it will be not that worse. And the more people expect everything will be good, then everything will be good. This is what I believe. And talking about inflation, we often forget something about, or nobody tells us about the product price index. So we have two types of inflation. On the one hand, we have the consumer inflation, which is the inflation that is in the media. So this is the inflation that you read about when you open up the newspaper. They tell us 8%, 10% inflation. This is the one inflation. And on the other hand, we have the producer inflation. So this is the inflation that affects the production of a good. For example, if you purchase a TV, on the one hand we have the producer, on the other we have the consumer who buys this TV. And on the producer price index, on the inflation in the producer price, we have 45% currently, roughly. So it's going up and down. And now imagine a producer's costs are going up 45%, whereas on average they can sell their goods for just 10% higher. So there is a gap of 35% that they are losing between production and selling. And this is something that we have to be aware of, that we should have an eye on, and that we are looking very close for the future development. So this is a very interesting topic that could come up next year. So we are heading towards the end of the year. Usually we have an end year rally. Let's see what we're seeing this year. This year it seems everything is different. Next topic is gold. So is gold going to $3,000 an ounce? I'll just open up for you the gold price so that you can get an idea of what's going on in the gold market. Here we go. So this is the gold price development. If we watch it since let's switch here to daily. So daily gives us a daily view. That means each of those candles here, those sticks that are seeing here, is representing 1 day. And if we watch that carefully right now, we had gold was going down last year. So it was going down from here, from 2000 something, going down to 21% roughly. And since a few months, since September, gold has stabilized and it's starting to go up again. And on a long-term perspective, if we project this into the future, let me turn off here the S&P 500, which is just a comparison here. So could we see gold reaching $3,000? I mean, 3,000 is a huge way. I just read it that gold will raise. I believe that gold will have its place in the future, and that we will see $3,000. If we see it in 2023, I'm a bit unsure, but I'm more on the 2,300, maybe 2,400 side. So gold will compensate for inflation. That's, in my opinion, that's basically, I wouldn't say sure. We cannot be sure, but it's a very high probability that gold is compensating for inflation. All right, let's move to the crypto space. Before we do that, please, if you want to support us, we're giving you a lot of contribution of value. We're investing a lot of time for you so that we can give you the best information. Subscribe to our video channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and join us. We will be happy if you do that. Good. What else? Yeah, let's move to the crypto space. Before we do that, I'm asking you another question. Please, we are on TikTok as well now. So if you are on TikTok, you can follow us. You will find some nice videos there. Also, some outtakes of the weekly catching up. You will find their news very compressed. So if you want to have the compressed version of the news, then just go to TikTok. You will find it there. Search for Catching Secrets 1. This is our ticker. This is our handle at TikTok. But now let's go to the crypto space. Goldman Sachs, one of the biggest investment banks on the planet, is to spend, they say they want to spend tens of millions on discounted crypto investments. So as we have seen the crypto space going down and down and down due to this FTX thing and so on, there was a lot of panic in the market. There was a lot of panic in the people. And we all, as investor, we know when there is panic, it's best time for us to load up our weapons to make some profits, nice benefits, and to invest. This is what Goldman Sachs is doing. This is what we are doing as well. But we're following a strategy. Don't get greedy. Don't say, hey, now is the best time to invest. Now I put all my savings into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and that's it, and then I'm rich. No, it's not working like this, and that's why we are here at Catching Secrets, to give you the insights, to give you the certainty, to set you up with the 5 pillars of a successful investor. This is the foundation we are building everything upon. So, next thing is Tornado Cash. Tornado Cash is a so-called crypto mixer. Crypto mixer means it's like Monero. A crypto mixer works like this. You have let's say a cloud, and you want to do a transaction in a crypto space. You want to send your Bitcoin to a friend of yours. So to send a Bitcoin to a friend of yours, and you don't want anyone to know that you made this transaction. And this is possible by using a crypto mixer, and this works like a cloud. You are sending your transaction into this cloud, and from this cloud it goes to the destination. And as we're using this cloud in between, where a lot of transactions are collected in, no one can say where's the origin of the transaction. So when the crypto are arriving at your friend's place, nobody can say where do they come from. This could be used, for example, and this has been used by Vitalik Buterin, the developer, the founder of Ethereum, and he used that, according to his sayings, to fund Ukraine, so to send money over to Ukraine, so it can be used for the good. And governments are pointing out that this is just used for the bad and for money laundering and what so not. Don't believe them again. This can be. The more governments are trying to intervene in the whole thing, the worse it gets, and that's what we've seen in the past. Governments tried to interrupt those transactions and so on, and people lost money, people lost their savings. So I personally like mixers, and I compare it always to a knife. A knife is here so that you can prepare some food and to get your nutrition the right way. And it can be also used to kill someone. And the same goes for this. And mostly it's used for the good one, for making transactions that you want to send to someone, and you want to donate, for example, to someone. So I would say this should stay part. It's luckily that's open source. So Tornado Cash is an open source thing. That's why no one really can have access to it and can prevent that. Okay, so crypto mixer, that's another interesting topic. Yes, Binance, they hired a company, an audit firm, an audit company. So they want to prove basically, and Cointelegraph says here, this audit firm served Donald Trump to verify crypto reserves. Yeah, that's something it's just clickbait in my opinion. But Binance gets audited, and that means that they try to do their best to be as transparent as possible. And finally, final news for today is the European Investment Bank is settling a 100 million digital bond on a private blockchain. So what does that mean? So they are issuing a bond. A bond means basically they are giving you a paper. You are giving you how's it called? They are giving you a paper saying that they owe you money, and you give them money in exchange for that. And they can work with that money, and they give you some interest rate on that. So bonds are a very common instrument for investing. For usually it depends on which bonds you're using. There are junk bonds and there are government bonds. Government bonds are usually with less risk. And those bonds, the European Investment Bank is issuing a digital bond. Now, here comes the story. They try to tell us that this is going on crypto and the blockchain and those kind of things, but it's a centralized thing. So it's far away from the initial idea of the blockchain technology. This is not what we like. So I wouldn't invest in those kind of instruments currently, unless they are really they are open source. They are decentralized. So everything that's crypto related, make sure it is decentralized. Now, another thing, last thing for today, by the way, again, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, I would be happy to subscribe on our channel. You can support us just with a click and value our work that we're doing for you. So next thing is our pie. What is going on in our pie? Our pie challenge is coming up. So wait a second. I have to open it up. If you don't know what I'm talking about, we have a playlist on YouTube. It's called Invest Yourself to Freedom with a Pie. And there we will explain you in 5 lessons, in 5 sessions with a bonus session. We will explain you everything, what you need to know, what is a pie, how can you set it up, and how can you fund it, how can you get investments into your personal fund. And you need, I would say, 5 minutes per week to manage your personal fund, your personal pie. And this is how the pie is looking like. This is our pie. Currently, we're down 8.7% on average, whereas let's have a look on the S&P 500, the SPX. So the S&P 500, here you see the pie challenge start is currently down 15%. So we're still outperforming the overall market. And as soon as it is turning, as the overall atmosphere is going better, then then this will go better as well. Next week is investing time again. So we're investing twice a month into our pie, and we're making use of the cost average effect. So we're driving down our average purchasing price, and this ensures that we're on the long term. So we started in January this year, and on the long run, that will make us nice profits. Good. That was it for today. I wish you an amazing week, amazing profits, amazing investing. Have an amazing life. Christmas is approaching fastly, and we will meet very soon again. See you soon. Catching. Bye-bye.
Please be aware, we are no financial advisors. We do not provide any advice. We only share our experience, and our results are not typical. If we mention any stocks, funds, and other type of investments, it is for educational and illustrational purposes only. Most people